Good evening, chaps and chapettes. Roggor here, and welcome back to Baruk-Gunud, the lonely volcano. Last time we certainly had a bit of an old episode of it. We finally discovered what was inside that freaking mountain vault, which we turned up in episode 3, was it? Yeah. Freaking dragon. That's going to be our final boss, I think, for the series. We also picked up a fair few new colonists, namely Ari here, Narancha, who is having hell of a time of it considering he picked up her fibrous mechanites, getting his way back here. You know, that's the bloody jungle for you. Flint, who again still can't, I mean, I know how, for the obvious reasons, but he's a freaking sexbot that fathered 2 children, one of which is Tony, who had to kill her own sister. Yeah, that's going to be some severe questions in that little particular family reunion. But yeah, we've got 3 new peeps to be getting on with in our little fortress, which is actually going rather well. I am quite happy where we are right now, although there is an election going on, and our 2 candidates are Diver, who overall is looking more sort of along the lines of, I suppose you could call it a bit nationalistic, maybe, possibly, sort of. And Tony, who is a little bit more liberal, but still very much hard-nosed. But you know what? We are in a survival situation, so you know, we do what we can. Also, last episode, just towards the tail end, we finally got this church finished for a Scottish and apparently Flint, who are both followers of the Mother Faith, which from what I can determine is some sort of like nature goddessy sort of thing, which is, you know, kind of cool. I mean, it's there, the option is there, and now they won't stop whinging about it. Also, thanks to a raid last time, we have got a ton of weapons knocking around now, and hopefully we should be able to get a decent amount of money for them the next time some traders turn up, because we have been having traders up the yin-yang. Oh yeah, I almost forgot these 2. We've got our 2 prisoners still here, Jackie and Flea, who are hoping to recruit. I mean, we don't really need the numbers at the moment, but we've got the space. Yeah, that's about it. That's as far as it goes. Because, you know, they're fairly average, both of them, but more hands make light work. Although what we need to be careful of with our population is getting to the point where the storyteller, which in this particular scenario is literally H.P. Lovecraft in freaking self. I mean, yeah, we got double population cap before. Well, strictly speaking, in Rimworld there isn't a population cap. You can have basically as many colonists as your computer can handle, but the more there are, the nastier things get at a certain level. I think the base game is kind of sorted around maybe 10 to 12 colonists. Before you get over that, things really start to get nasty. But hey, you know what? This is H.P. Lovecraft, who the Christ knows what's happening. But Narancha's little escapade has shown us that it is possible for one guy, so long as I give a decent amount of control to him, can wander the wastes and survive? Barely. But it is possible. So, you know what? Elves. Maybe it's just elves. Oh, here we go, raid time again, more androids. Let's see, what have they got? Revolvers and pointy sticks. Well, it's unpleasant, but we should be able to handle it. So, same as before, once they get to this area here, then I will tell me boys to go get the guns. Because now we've got 3 freaking turrets, we should be okay. Oh, how convenient, the local ostrich has gone batshit and is now trying to attack him. A little delaying for a second. I fully expect the thing to die horribly. And it did. Although in the meantime, Flea and Jackie have now become well, I suppose if you spend literally every single day for several months inside the same room, you're going to either kill each other or fuck each other. Okay, first of them's in the corridor. Let's get everyone armed and ready. Here we go, first one's in. Turret should be online in a second. There we go. Down already. That's good. Okay, 1 bugger down. We should be getting the other riders coming in. Here they come. Damn it, Crichton, get out of the way. Okay, riders are down. We still got a fair few coming. Thankfully they're mostly melee, which is the one good thing I've found so far about this particular Android tribe, whatever, Git features. Go on, Durin. Stab him in the face. Or not. Just be the lure. The scary skull-faced lure. So what do we got? 1, 2... 2 revolvers, 1 auto pistol. Ah. We should be alright. Narantia has only been mildly shot. We're doing okay. Okay, here we go. Fire on, lads. They've only got short ranges. We got turrets and shit. Oh, really? That's all you needed to flee? 1, 2... 4 down? Yeah. I'd say disappointing, but I'm actually kind of glad. Alright, tidy up time, guys. Oh, that's interesting. We've actually got a couple of survivors. Kyle, who is fairly basic, but okay. Elton, a little bit more advanced. And okay, hey, we might get a couple more androids out of this, handy dandy. However, most likely because they are androids, Elton and Kyle have a difficulty recruitment of 99% and 91% respectively. And considering that Flea and Jackie are only 60% and they've been here for this long, we will be having these guys in here forever. So I'm just going to patch them up and let them go. It's just going to take too flipping long. There we go, nice quickly. Bonbon's going to chuck him out in the fields and tell him to get the fuck out of Dodge. How's his health actually? Mildly shot. That's actually not that much for an android. Oh, the election has finally gotten underway. So they're going to go here to vote in the main room. Okay. That's Tony or Diver. So nationalist or semi-nationalist. Or whichever way round it actually was. I don't flipping know. I genuinely don't know. And there goes Kyle too. So if those guys manage to make it to the edge of the map, we'll get a nice little boost from whichever mechanoid faction it is that keeps trying to kill us. Maybe they'll stop doing it, and considering we sent those spare parts back. Maybe. Oh god damn it, we got an elephant in here now too. Someone build a bloody door, god damn it. Oh, here we go, and Diver won the election. I'm still a bit surprised that neither Durin, Rimworld or Miri, the original 3 surviving dwarves, actually went for it. But hey, you know what? Whatever, congrats, you know, those guys, they just wanted their independence. They didn't really give a damn about leadership, and I have a bit of respect for that. But now what I need to do is I need to build like an office for the mayor, so that now they can get constituents come to them, because that gives a nice little mood boost. Of course, the other big problem is that if things go badly, she tends to be the first one to break, whoever the mayor is. Which is why I've dug this little hole out here. I just need to get it slightly less holy. Oh, there we go, and we're having our first freaking congregation. Scottish is taking the role of priest, and Flint is sitting there listening to, you know, you're a freaking android mate, 2 daughters, how... Not even talking about the mechanics, I'm simply talking about where the hell did the sperm come from? Seriously. Also, Scottish is reading a book apparently bigger than himself. Impressive. Power of faith, I guess. Now also got Hadley, we've built this little thing, the comms console. Now, we've had a little alert that a butcher ship is passing nearby, basically farming ship. And now, considering that, let's have a look at the negotiate table. Who's our best talker? Scottish. So, wake the fuck up, you've got some people to scam. Of course, it would help if we actually had some orbital beacons put in place beforehand. How much they cost? Not much steel, so let's go wee bitty bonkers. So that little notice, prisoner flees resistance has been broken by Ari. Now we're actually going to be able to recruit them, because if you look here, on Jackie, she's got some remaining. Recruitment difficulty of whatever, that's basically your base chance of actually recruiting them at any one attempt. Of course, it varies depending on who's actually doing it, dependent on what relationship they have with the prisoner, what their social rating is. But the resistance remaining is what you really need to break through. And that's what we finally managed to do with Flea. Because, you know, I mean, I haven't even been keeping track of the time. How many months has he been in there? It's been a while. Okay, now Crichton's installed our little orbital trade beacons, these little radar dish thingies. Now, whatever's in that little radius, we can actually sell to ships. And Scottish is on his way past the Mary and Tony shagging that's going on in the corner. Conciliatory for probably losing the election. Now we can actually sell some stuff. Okay, there we are, and the drop pod should, there we go, land there, nice and easy. And there we go, for some useless crap we weren't going to use, we've now got some nice food. Yeah, this little orbital trading comms console and the orbital trade beacons, they are one of the most useful things you can get. It entirely depends on you keeping an eye on your frickin' alerts, but when you manage to get that alert that gets you what you need and gets you out of dodge, you're going to be glad you built the thing. Quickly looking at the world map, no real big escapades. I mean, we got the annual expo, which is cultural, and it's too far away for me to get to. We've got this Hunter's Lodge, which can be decent, but one, you really need it to be close to you, and two, you really need pack animals because of the sheer amount of meat you're going to get, and it needs to be close as well. Or you need to know how to make survival meals. But yeah, I mean, yes, we've got our big hunter. What the hell is this? Oh, the abandoned camp, the older camp. Okay, but we've got our big objective, the ancient dwarven stronghold. But considering that this ancient vampire crypt is so much closer, I'm kind of curious about that. Oh yes, I didn't mention this, we finally got our writer's table up. I mainly put it there in the first place to allow people to get back some sanity, because sanity restores either by not being involved in any weird supernatural crap for a while, or by writing stuff, hence this table. And I've got a bit of a scroll thing going on, and Scottish has kind of put his aura in, and we've got our first proper scroll, our first little text of the fortress. So let's have a little look-see at it. It's called A Viscera by David Scottish Reed. This anthology involves the text of a star. The dry structure of the text almost conflicts with its classical style. So, a poemy sort of thing? It sounds a bit Lovecrafty. And he's just finished another one, known as Grey Aunt, a lullaby consisting of the text about a bug. The text contrasts fun with poverty. The text takes place in the middle of a town. So a lullaby about a bug being happy and fun despite being poor and being urban? Okay, fine, fair enough. Wow, Scottish is really ploughing through these. But, fortuitously, Tony beside him has just finished up this scroll case. Good thing about it is that since it's in this dining room, they can also then read the scrolls and get some entertainment value out of them, which is quite handy. So yeah, Scott is proving a little bit of a little writer guy. Although more importantly, we finally got this high-tech research bench up and running, which means I should be able to have access to future tech. Yes, I do. So let's need next thing. Okay, so we researched flak armor, which I'll get on the tick. And let's get the multi-analyzer. Really what I'm doing at the moment is I'm focusing on research, which allows me to research quicker. So essentially the entire thing snowballs well down the line. And Tony's just finishing up smoothing up the church. Ish. At the very least, it can be at least lit somewhat nicely. Even if this entire place is a halogen nightmare. Oh, and just before anyone asks how religion spreads, like Scottish and Flint's little religion, yeah, basically what has to happen is it's a random event when they're engaging in social talking with another little pawn. Basically, sometimes you get a random chance and it spreads. That's it. That's literally as far as you can. I can't, like, force the non-believers to just sit in the church and listen in order to spread the religion. You know, listening to that out loud, that's quite a dark sentence, so let's just consider the whole thing moot, eh? You know, they've got their religion, they've got their church, they can sit there. If someone else wants to get along with it, fine, but you know what, let's just leave that entire debacle. And Miri and Arimba are now sharing a game of Thud together over a non-alcoholic beer. And believe you me, I'm going to get beer sorted hopefully fairly soon. And there we go, Ari has just filled our little fermenting barrel with the little bit of rice mash we have. Yeah, despite the fact, obviously, dwarves, you think beer, or maybe mead or something along those lines, but the practical reality of Rimworld means rice is the fastest growing natural product you can get. Therefore, rice mash and therefore sake is in fact the most common early alcohol you can get. Seriously, there have been some colonies I've done where they've basically just been a giant sake distillery. That's all they've done. Seriously though, sake is bloody delicious. If you've never tried it, do try it. It's actually really good. Oh, and I've just noticed Ari has actually been making some tablets as well. What's his first one? Oh no! It was made by Rimba actually, Purple Rule. Sounds a bit like a Prince song. This notebook makes known a mesa. The style is Kafka X with erotic elements. Strikingly, the text lovingly details 5 beats. So is this like the California Raisins horny cousins or what? And finally, after how bleeding long, Flea has finally joined the colony. Hallelujah, bleeding bloody Luya. It's been so long since we looked at Flea. Let's check. Kind, brown thumb, careful shooter. Fine, so don't put him on plant stuff, but crafting and researching. Okay, I can work with that. Well, welcome aboard, Flea. You finally made the right bleeding decision. Because now instead of being stuck in one small cave, you're now stuck in a giant cave, so good on you, lad. Okay, Ari, you really are proving your worth to the colony. We finally recruited Jackie. Gun Nut, who's a music lover, so artistic and a little bit of cooking. Actually, yes, 17 and Flea's 30, so yeah, a little bit young, but correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, Jackie and Flea were lovers, so therefore this I should probably repurpose the freaking cave they were stuck in. Oh dear, bit of a medical emergency. Flint is at risk of death from what? Faulty coolant pump. 90% failure. Okay, well, we better get that sorted too. Who's our best doctor? Doctor? Mechanic? Guess we got to do what we got to do. Right, we do have a crude coolant pump. Thankfully, knocking around. I had no idea that was the equivalent of an android's heart. I had no even idea that these androids could have the equivalent of a heart attack. Like I said, this is a strange little android mod I'm running. They're very much more build a human rather than build a robot. Right now, Ari, don't screw this up. This is the only repair kit we bleeding well have. Hello, bleeding Luya. Health, crude coolant pump, 85% efficiency. Well, that's better than death. But annoyingly, in order to get more repair kits in the android equivalent of medicine, I do need to either make myself with a machining table, which I don't have access to yet, or buy them. Though fortunately, it does seem like the alcohol is finally starting to flow for the poor dwarves after being here for freaking 113 days, which is quite a long time in Rimworld. And you know, it's sake, but you know what, just take it, guys. Just take it. Well, it seems like we got quite the little library going on. Got frickin' 7 scrolls in there from Tony and Scottish. And we've also got this little slate stone shelf masterwork. Surprisingly masterwork, which we can fit a few tablets on. Not many, to be honest, so frankly I should probably, yeah, keep the tablets at low, because we want tablets. Now we got scrolls, and eventually once we get some actual farming going with animals, we can get some decent leather amounts going, so we can finally make some books, because we got the cloth to make proper books. So we'll just take what we can get. Right, so we're kind of coming to the end of this. It's been a bit of a domestic episode, more than anything else. Nothing really exciting apart from those raids and the finale of the election. Congratulations again, Diver. As you can see from all the blue tile descriptions, I've ordered everyone to smooth out the entire base as much as possible. But more importantly, what I've got is the future plans for next time, because we've got to dig out this lump of steel here. Thank you, Bomb Bomb. But what we've got here is my plans for next episode. Now this is going to be the interesting bit, because my idea is now we've got this little tunnel here into the main area. What I want to have a separate area for visitors, for merchants, for traders and all of that jazz, because I've got the hospitality mod installed, which can be a very, very potent way of making money and improving faction relations. It can be incredibly good. Not overpowered, it's very well balanced, but very good indeed. What I'm planning on doing here is I'm planning on making a freaking pub, a proper damn pub. Now we're going to have this, actually I should probably make another one here. We're going to keep the corridor as it is. We're going to have basically whoever the tavern worker I assign to the area is, they're going to work in here. This is going to be a typical pub, so there's going to be a bunch of booze lying around for people to buy. That's how the hospitality mod works. You designate areas where they can buy things, and that's exactly what they do. They trade silver for whatever's lying in there. In this case, a shit ton of alcohol and any crap I don't want. And also they're going to have like places to sit, eat, play some games. I don't know if there's darts or something in that. It'd be a bit of a shame if you had a pub without any arrows in it. But all of these little things at the back, these are going to be the rooms where they can sleep. I think I'll do it like 2 bedrooms at a time as things go, and then upgrade them to individual suites as things get better. But basically that's my plan forthcoming, because we haven't got anything on the world map happening despite this the crypt and the stronghold, which are very going to be very late game stuff. I mean, I ain't going anywhere near that dragon without at least 3 or 4 miniguns, believe you bloody me. If I had a freaking orbital cannon, I would take it with me. And like I said before, the Hunter's Lodge and the Annual Expo, too far away, and I don't have the requisite animals in order to make use of them, to be brutally honest, which I think is what I will have as a future plan, which is get some animals in to actually do some. From the looksy of the areas and the fact we're in a sort of an aridy desert sort of district, I think it's probably going to be dromedaries, which is a shame because thrumbos are better because they provide milk as well as wool, whereas with dromedaries it's just wool and less carrying capacity. Suppose I could look at elephants, but let's see. So you're eating dandelions. How much does that give you? Wow, less than 5%. Okay, elephants are going to be a bit of a freaking heavy food investment. So maybe them later? Probably not. I sincerely doubt it. Either way, that's where we're going to leave it at the moment. So a bit of a quiet, reflective episode more than anything else. We got Diver controlling the fate of the future colony, with her being the mayor and all. But yeah, I'm still genuinely surprised that neither Durin or Rimworld or Miri put their oars in, considering they're the guys who founded this place. But yeah, you know what? Maybe you guys can run the pub. Let's face it, which would you rather be, a mayor or the governor of a pub? Which would you rather be? I know for a damn fact which one I'd rather. Either way, for the moment, thank you very much indeed for watching this little episode of mine. If you enjoyed it, have a little look-see down at the channel, see if there's anything else I've done which takes your fancy. If so, have a little look-see. By all means, my friend. Subscribe if you want to, but most importantly, please, be wonderful to each other. See you next time.